I'm just probably really dumb, but when we're listening to music, can like you hear music that I listen to?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you can hear it.
Oh, no, your music? No, I can't hear it.
Okay, not that I'm listening to bad music, but I just was listening to a little edited version of Tech Nine on here earlier, and I was like, oh,
Awesome.
that'd be awesome to listen to that during the BYU discussion with
Nope, I can't hear it.
Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see here.
Okay, so on this one, because I am
Mhm.
trying to figure it out a little bit, it looks like you put everything in. So even when they have the totals, like the column
Mhm.
total and the row total, you put those numbers in as well?
That's what I did.
Okay, that's what I did.
Yeah, and I think I answered them all. I think, but like two.
Yeah, I just answered them all. So we'll
Oh,
see
maybe I
what.
didn't. All right, you ready?
Yes. So
All right.
on 3, I put number
Mhm.
1, gender and voting preferences are independent.
Yep.
Gender and voting preferences are not independent.
Yep. That's what I put. I
Oops,
haven't
now
even
I'm
looked at
pushing.
Amazon. I haven't even looked at Amazon since I don't even know what she put for this.
Oh, I should look at it really quick. Okay, that one she said
Oh, she put
gender and
gender.
voting preferences are independent gender. Yeah, so that's the
I
same
think
that
that's
we
the same.
said. Okay, so what's the equation for degrees of freedom?
Isn't it rows minus one times column times one, I think.
Yep,
So the bottom one.
right.
And then this one I did twice because I got 4 the first time, but then I did it again. I got 2.
You got 2 for the degrees of freedom?
Yeah, but what did you get?
I got 6.
See, I had 6 too, and then I switched it because I had 6, and then I got 4, and then I got 2.
You got 2. Okay, let me look at it again. Emma got 2. Okay, so we're
Yeah, but I don't.
doing, when I plugged the numbers in, it came up with 6. So we're doing numbers
See,
of rows
how do you?
minus 1
How did you plug your numbers in?
into the Excel spreadsheet.
What?
What?
How did you do it in the Excel spreadsheet?
It does it all. So, okay,
Is
open
it
up
that same one we
that.
used last time? Is it the one we used last time?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so open
Oh,
up that, and then down at the bottom, there's little tabs, and you click on the chi-square.
gotta be kidding me, God.
And then if you put all it in, it just tells you all the information.
Yes, well, guys,
Are
wait a
you,
minute.
are you seeing it?
I have one that says the 1 proportion and then the 2 proportion. Is there a different one?
Right. The third tab over says chi-square or chi-square or whatever. Do you see it?
No, mine just says version.
No, it's between 2 proportions and version.
Yeah, it's not there. Mine just goes 1 proportion, 2 proportions, and then version. Unless it's. Let's see.
You probably can't see it, huh?
Oh, that's.
I don't know. It's
Nice.
down here. It's down here at the bottom where the little things are, the tabs.
Yeah, it says, so it says 1 proportion, 2 proportions, and version, right?
Yeah, that's all yours says.
Yeah, let me try it. Let
You
me
should
download it again.
you should get your money back from the class. They gave you the wrong stuff.
Kidding. All right, I'm gonna download this again. I can't remember where I downloaded it.
But I opened it in the SPSS software, in the VMware software.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh. Because when I I don't know where else to open. Yeah, when I open it in the VM software, I get a more complete stuff.
All right. Well, where did you go to open it, or where did you get it to
I
download?
went, okay, let me rethink this here really quick. Oh, why am I frozen? Okay, so in the book, so if you click on the lesson for this week, so chapter 19, is that what it is? Lesson 19.
Lesson 19 later.
Okay, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure there's an easier way, but this is just how it works.
No, that's tell me because that's. I mean, I knew there was an Excel way to do it, and I even thought of looking the Excel thing, but I just didn't do it. I tried to do it in this. I did the second one in the SPSS.
Oh, I
And
haven't
I
tried
got.
it in SPSS. I haven't tried it in SPSS. I'm sure it's there though. I don't know,
Oh, I might look.
somewhere it's in a blue thing and it says Excel instructions.
All right. Let me
So
go to-
there's the chart with the motivation with like Europe, Australia, United States, wellness, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And then right underneath it, it says Excel instructions.
Sorry, I had it all pulled up on the other computer. But I'm trying to do it on the newer computer when using FPSS. I'd rather use it in Excel anyway. I think that makes it so much easier. All right. Categorical data. And you
Yeah,
went to
so-
lesson 9. And you went to lesson 19, right?
Yeah, so you click on that, see those Excel instructions, and it says categorical data analysis. You click on that.
Wait, what are you looking at?
It's in the lesson. So
Okay, how far down is it?
about a third of the way down. So it's showing the first problem with the chiropractic care in the different countries.
Yeah.
And then it shows
Oh
kind
my
of a,
gosh. It's in,
do you see it, the Excel instructions?
I didn't see this when I had it on the Soul computer. I never had this. It just went straight to the SPSS, so that's why they confused me. So,
Oh, okay.
well, that.
And so then you click on that categorical data analysis.
I bet if I pull it up here, I bet it would. You gotta be kidding me. Because I know I remember seeing it last time.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, God. Oh, look, there
And
it
then-
is. Nice.
Did it open? Do you have the 3 tabs down at the bottom?
2 tabs down at the bottom. All right. So do we just input? Did you input the numbers in each of the columns?
Yeah. Yeah, I deleted what there was and that's already in there, and then I just input the information.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna do this. You have to get rid of the stuff on the side too, like the totals and all that.
I just put in the numbers just the way it was. So like on that first one, that first column, I went 250, 200, 450. Then the Democratic row, 300, 150, 450.
So in row. So row 1, 2.
But see, this is my question is, do you put the total number in? Because that's where it's throwing off that differential.
Oh, see, when I read through the book to see what they did, I thought that their number actually got it from the total. See, that's why I was confused on which one are the columns and that kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Because look how they do it. So did you input the totals on this, or did you just put it for the 3?
You know, I did do the totals, but then it's going to give you different numbers. So I'm not 100% sure whether we put the totals in or not. Maybe we don't. If you do put the total in, it's going to give you something totally different.
Yeah. Okay, their totals. So
Because
my DF.
If you
my
don't put
DF
the
now says
totals,
4.
then it's at 4?
My DF says 4.
Did you get all the,
What did me and what's her name get?
she got 2. So okay, if you just do it manually, if you don't count the totals, then you have 2 rows and 3 columns. And so 1 times 2 is 2.
Mm-hmm.
But if you count all of them, then you have 4 columns and 3 rows. And so you go 2 times 3, and that's 6. So that's what we've got to determine, is if we enter that or not.
I just inputted the DF and just put a 2 in there. Is that statistics?
Okay. Hang on. So you can do this in SPSS though, huh?
I didn't know how to do the second half, like the second half of the questions were pretty easy in SPSS.
Yeah.
I think this gives you all the answers, and I think it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah. It's just a matter of whether you put that in or not. Oh, where's my stuff?
freedom. What did she? See, here's what's weird. She got 2 for her degrees of freedom, and for her test statistic, that's 1620, which is what I'm getting right now. Is that what you got?
No, because I put the columns in, or I put the totals in. Well, hang on. Let me. Oh, I did get 1620.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Okay, let
And
me
then
redo
I
that one.
got
Just back on.
the same p-value. We got point that's like 0.00003, or just 0.0000. Here's number one.
For the p-value,
P-value, yeah.
0.013.
Oh, I got 0.0003. So I got
All right.
0.000. Round of 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I just got 0.
Hang on, let me just input this data again really quick on another one.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, what did I do? That's weird.
Riley, you being good? Okay. Love you, bud. Oh, my goodness.
What? Why won't it go in?
See, on my totals, it just, so on the totals, you're just deleting where it gives you the totals?
Well, right now I was putting them in, but that's the thing.
Because
I
mine
don't know
just
that
add them, like, mine kept them. Like, I didn't have to, like, when I put the numbers in, and then it just,
Oh, you know what? Oh, don't put the totals. Because I'm entering the totals into the columns and stuff.
oh, and they're already included on the outside.
Okay, yeah, because that's where it's going to include them, right?
Yeah.
Because if I put them in, then I get 2,000 and they only surveyed 1,000. Okay, so when I do that, I get it's funny, the test statistic stays the same. So I get 2 on the test differential.
BF is 2. That's what I got.
Okay, and then the test statistic, oops, delete.
X2.
Oh, I have to.
Where do we find our X? Oh, is X2, is that's the test statistic, right?
That's yeah. And then, yeah, my test statistic is 1620, and then my p-value is 0.0003. So then what do we put?
It's just round to 3 decimals, so I just put 0.000 because the 3 is like the 4th decimal.
Right. Okay, so now we're saying, so then on 9, there's sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
I thought
Is
it
that
was
right?
I thought it was I put the last one, there is sufficient evidence. I might have marked it. Let me.
Are independent. Okay, hang on. Okay, so the P is low, so we're going to reject the null.
Mm-hmm.
And the null hypothesis is they
I
are.
think it's the second one looking at it. There is not enough evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent. I don't know why.
Okay, but the null is gender and voting preferences are independent.
Yeah.
And we're going to reject it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. There is. Or not. I'm confused on these. It's taken me a minute to think through them.
No, you're good.
There is not enough evidence to suggest.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, right?
That's the one I had. Yeah, I had the
No,
bottom one.
no, because we're rejecting it, right? If we're rejecting it, there's sufficient evidence to reject it, right?
See, when I first had it, I had the bottom one.
You had the
That's what
bottom
I
one?
first had. That's the one I first marked. There's sufficient evidence against the gender voting preferences are independent.
Oh my gosh, how it's worded just confuses me.
I think whatever Emma put, I'm going to put that.
So we're saying, okay, so we're rejecting it, right? We're rejecting it. So there is sufficient evidence. We know that much of it, right?
Yeah, because we rejected it, so there is sufficient evidence. I still think it's super. There is sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
Independent. Wouldn't the last one be saying that we don't reject the null?
Yeah, and we do reject it, so maybe it is the second one. Because what is the null hypothesis? The null hypothesis says gender and voting preferences are independent, and we're rejecting them.
Oh, hang on. What did you do for the null and the set of hypotheses?
For which one?
For the hypotheses?
Oh, I marked the first one.
The first one, is that what I did?
Yeah, you marked.
Yeah, that's what I did. So the null is always that they are independent, and the alternative is that they are not independent.
Or not. Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes. So they're not.
Oh, and then was that? There is sufficient evidence to, so we're going to reject the null. Gender and voting preferences are not. It's got to be are not independent, right?
Yeah, so I think it is the second one. I think it's the second one.
There's not enough evidence?
Yeah, I don't think there is enough evidence. Do you think it's that one, or are you thinking it's the first one?
I'm just trying to remember how to word it on these.
There is sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
That's in relation to visit.
I don't know, I was thinking it's the second one, but I'm thinking it could be the first one.
Okay, so in our hypothesis testing, we never conclude that two variables are dependent. Instead, we say that two variables are not independent.
So say that again.
I was just reading the summary at the very end.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But I'm not getting it. It should be easier than this. I don't know why my brain is not wrapping around it.
No, you're thinking a lot better than I do thinking.
What?
There is sufficient evidence to suggest that see, there are many cases of some.
About swapping the row.
It's the second one. We can go do this. We can do the rest, and then I will be the brave one, and I will submit it to C.
You're gonna put C?
I'm gonna put a second one. There is not. I think there's not enough evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not.
Okay.
I'll put that, and then I'll likely this time I'll submit it. I'll see what it says.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's it, but it could be the first one too. Do
I
we
see.
have
Not.
sufficient?
Oh, yeah. Not enough evidence to suggest. There's not enough evidence to suggest they are independent.
Yeah. Or you mean the first one?
Just that gender and voting preferences are. It can't be the last one because that's accepting the null. So that rules out that one. So yeah, it's got to be between 1 and 2.
It is between 1 and 2.
There's
You make a good case for the first one. There's sufficient evidence to suggest that the Do we have sufficient evidence to suggest that they're not independent? Or is it not independent? That's a tricky one.
We could just flip a coin. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I might think about that one when right before I submit it.
Yeah, no, I'll submit it and then I'll tell you if it's right.
No, you're not going to do that. Okay. All right. So the next one, I got to fix my sheet because I put in the totals on the columns.
Oh, for this next one?
Yeah. So I just have to
I did it in SPSS, so I'm wondering if I've got the same thing. Like my SPSS answers, what I got on there got what Emma got, but that doesn't really make me feel any better about my answers. So I'll see what you get. If you get the same thing.
Okay. All right. So I just had to change everything. So, okay. So the conditions are satisfied. That's true. Everything's greater than 5, right? Everything's greater than 5.
Everything's greater than 5.
Degrees of freedom, 8.
Yep.
And the value of the test is, I can't even say it, is 7.4. 7.44.
That's what I got, 7.44, yep.
And then the p-value, 0.490.
Nice.
And then we just got to figure out the...
I know it.
So the p-value is high, so we're not going to reject the null, right? That's why I'm getting hung up on the other one. I can't remember. Anyway, okay. So we're going to reject the alternative, but we're going to accept the null.
Okay, the accept the null on this one then is location and motivation division of chiropractor are independent. That's the null.
There's insufficient. There's sufficient evidence.
Wouldn't we have sufficient evidence?
It would be sufficient, right?
When I first did this, I had the second to last one. There is insufficient evidence to suggest motivation.
That's what I had, but we're saying if we're not rejecting it, then there is sufficient evidence.
Yeah.
No. What is it? What is sufficient evidence to suggest? So basically, though, it's saying, so the location and the motivation to visit a chiropractor are independent. So that's the null.
Right.
And we're saying that it's true, that there's sufficient evidence to suggest that the motivation
isn't our p-value. Wouldn't we?
So we need to say opposites because we're rejecting the alternative, right?
Because the thing is isn't that the thing is higher. Our p-value is higher than our thing.
All right.
The p-value is higher than the whatever that A, sigma, whatever.
The significance. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't reject the null.
We don't reject. So is that fail to reject, or is that just don't reject?
It is a fail to reject, but they're not wording it that way.
No. I think that's why we're getting hung up on that other question.
I think so. I was trying to compare it to some other ones, but
I have done that as well. Oh. There is insufficient evidence to suggest motivation. Okay, that is one. So which one? So we don't reject the no, because there's insufficient evidence. I swear it's one that's insufficient.
Oh no, independent.
I think it's the second. No, I think it's the second, the last one. I think it's the one we first thought it was.
Okay, I just have to think through this. Sufficient evidence to show that party affiliation and the voters' views on proposition are not. So we're almost saying the opposite of it. I didn't word that right,
Yeah.
but we're almost
I know
saying that. Okay, so we're accepting the null, so we're rejecting the alternative. So it's almost like the wording would be rejecting the alternative, right?
Yep.
So are you thinking it's the last one? The last one or the second to last
I
one?
think it's the second to last one.
Oh, okay. Is not independent. Yeah, I think so now. We'll see.
All right, I'm going to submit it.
Oh, hang on.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, I got to relook at that other one really quick. Don't tell me. I got to figure it out.
We missed one, but I don't know which one we missed. It's number 9 we missed. So it's got to be your A1.
Well, that's what I have marked, so I'm not going to change it. I'll just submit it and see.
I got 93%. I'm okay with that.
So what number was that? It was A.
Number 9. Was it A?
Yeah.
All right, nice work. I should have just listened to you.
Well, I don't know. I'm really tired and loopy, so I don't know that I'm making sense. These are hard for me to wrap my brain around.
No, you are making sense. There is sufficient. No sufficient evidence. Why did I put not enough evidence?
But we got the last one though, so we figured out the wording on that one. So it's almost like the wording is rejecting the one that I don't know. I got to figure this out.
That makes sense to you at all.
There is sufficient evidence to suggest gender and voting preferences.
Can I respond back to? Let me go ahead and stop with that.